Day number 4, Chicago Bears training camp is in the books, and let's talk about everything that happened. What's going on, guys? I'm back with our Chicago Bears training camp update video, which I'll be doing every single day of training camp this year. This video is out to you guys a day late. Apologies for that. I was busy all Saturday, and then I actually had to go to the emergency room this morning on Sunday because I had some stomach issues, and thankfully it was nothing too serious. I got to take some medicines for a few weeks, but I should still be producing videos for you guys. It was just like a minor thing, thankfully. But yeah, guys, talking about all the news that happened on Saturday. So Saturday was supposed to be open to the public, but because of thunderstorms, they canceled it to the public. So I really am sad for the fans. Like, it's so hard to get these tickets. So I saw some people drive over 90 minutes to Hallis Hall, and then they got turned away at the last second. So that really sucks that the Bears could not allow fans to watch it. But overall, it was a great practice, guys, by the Chicago Bears offense for the first time in training camp this year. And before I begin with the updates, I do want to again do the giveaway. So I'm giving away 2 more tickets again to training camp. If you leave any comment down below, I'll randomly select a winner. The dates are for the August practices. I think one is for the 7th, one is the 13th, one is the 14th, I believe. I'll have to go back and check the dates. But regardless, leave a comment down below. I'll respond to you if you win the tickets. But getting into the updates from Saturday's practice, so talking about the injuries. First of all, according to Courtney Cronin, she said that Luther Burden will not practice today, but is getting closer to a return per Johnson. So good to see Luther Burden trending towards returning, hopefully sometime soon. And then Darnell Wright did not practice due to just having a rest day. It seems like no injury really caused this. He's just being given a rest day because Ben Johnson's staff is big into analytics, and I'm sure they study this stuff too, when to give players rest days, how to space out practices, and they're really going to try to prevent injury on this team. You can't do that all the time, obviously. Like, part of it is just luck, but I do believe that better preparation, better resting methods, recovery methods do play a big role in limiting injuries on your football team. Now, some injuries that happened during practice on Saturday. Unfortunately, Kiran Amegaji, who was with the ones at left tackle, had to leave early due to an injury, and Doug Kramer, center with the 2s, injured and what looked like to be his left foot. So not good news for Kiran Amegaji, obviously, because he's already behind kind of in winning this LT2 spot behind Braxton Jones. He was really bad last year. There's a lot of hype around Ozzy Trapilo. So if Kiran cannot get on the football field, that's going to put him at a big disadvantage to, making the team at LT2. He's still going to make the team, I would say, right? Like, he's at the very worst probably going to be right tackle 2 because he was selected high in the draft in the 3rd round. Teams don't give up on 3rd-round picks that fast. So I think he will get an opportunity to be on the team this year, but he does have to get back on the football field and actually, produce for the Chicago Bears. But putting the injuries aside, guys, talking about what went down in practice, as I mentioned, it was a great day by Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears offense. According to Adam Hogue, he said that easily Caleb Williams' best day of camp. Other than a bad delay of game, he was perfect in the 2-minute drill and ended it with a nice touchdown connection to Rome Odunze. Adam Johns said that one more highlight from today, Bears' first offense finished with a touchdown in its 2-minute situation. Caleb Williams threw a jump ball touchdown to Rome Odunze versus cornerback Nashawn Wright, playing in place of Jalen Johnson. So you love to see that the offense turned it around. Okay, eventually they were going to have a good practice and start a lot of these things were going to start clicking. Now, as I mentioned, during the bad days for the offense, you can't take away a whole lot from only practice. This is just practice, right? So we shouldn't be too high or too low on any practice reports, but it is encouraging that, the offense did bounce back. Caleb had some pretty nice plays. Roma Dunze, pretty nice catch on a jump ball against Nashawn Wright. That's not Jalen Johnson, but still, to make that big time catch, that's pretty solid. And I like that they were good in the 2-minute drill because Caleb, even in the regular season, he's been pretty good in the 2-minute drill. He's been pretty clutch at certain points this season. Against the Packers in the last game, against the Vikings early on in the season, against the Packers also in the first game. Like, we should have won that game if not for a blocked Cairo Santos field goal. So Caleb has shown the ability, besides for maybe like the Seahawks game, to be really good in the 2-minute drill. So it's encouraging that, again, he's doing that in Ben Johnson's offense. It seemed like, according to other reports, there was a lot of 3rd down plays being practiced today. So they're just trying to install the entire offense, see what they want to run on third down, first down, second down, at the goal line, situational football. Like, practicing all these things is extremely important, obviously. Like, you need to be sure that you know what you're doing on these plays in practice, so when the games start, you will actually know what to do. Another big update from Saturday's practice, it seems like Colston Loveland, the rookie tight end, is back fully in practice. At least today he practiced fully. Maybe he'll get some rest days later on, but according to Adam Johns, he had a pretty solid day of practice. According to him, he said that today's big news from Bears camp, rookie tight end Colston Loveland making 3 catches in 7 versus 7 and team periods, including one from Caleb Williams for a first down. And later, there was a quote brought up about how Rome Odunze, we're just talking about Colston Loveland. He said he's a baller, man. I hate him, though. Michigan guy, I can't stand him, man. Nah, I'm just playing. He's got the ring on me. He got his signing bonus the other day. That guy's got everything. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. So a little bit of friendly banter there between Rome and Colston Loveland. But really exciting that Colston Loveland is back already in training camp. He only missed like 3 days of camp. So the fact that he returned pretty quickly and already is dominating in practice, that is a good sign for what he's going to do in the regular season this year. Colston Loveland was drafted in the top 10 by the Chicago Bears. They're expecting massive things out of this dude. Like, he's going to get a good amount of targets this year, even though he is a rookie tight end. Even though we have Cole Kmet, Colston Loveland in many ways could be a focal point in some games depending on the matchups, right? I mean, he's so athletic, he can catch the ball, and he can move very, very well. So, again, it's going to be interesting to see how the target share is distributed between him and Cole Kmet. Like, obviously, they're playing 2 different positions almost, like, even though they're both tight ends, they're very different types of tight ends. So I think both can coexist, but I would love to see Colston Loveland go off and have a fantastic rookie year, and it is certainly possible if he keeps on putting together great performances in practice. Ben Johnson worked with Sam Laporta on the Detroit Lions to turn him into one of the best tight ends in football. I think Colston Loveland also has that ceiling, if not more. I mean, he was really good in Michigan. Didn't get crazy production, obviously, because of the offense that they run there, but there's the potential for him to be a top-level tight end in the NFL if Ben Johnson can unlock him this year or hopefully sometime soon. So the offense looked pretty good. They scored a lot of touchdowns. They completed passes in the middle of the field. They moved the ball effectively the entire practice, so that's good to see. I also want to bring up a tweet by Courtney Cronin talking about something that Ben Johnson said in the press conference. So she said that Ben Johnson said the Bears went through their 4th install last night and have 12 total, according to Ben Johnson. So still a lot of new things these players are learning, digesting, and getting to execute at practice for the first time. Friday was the team's first run-through in the red zone where the offense struggled. On Caleb Williams' 2 interceptions, Johnson diagnosed the first a bang-bang play where Terrell Smith forced the ball loose and Jaquan Brisker grabbed it out of mid-arm for an interception, as a route the receiver could have run better, but also that Williams should see how tight the coverage was at the goal line and moved on to his next progression. On Williams' second interception, the quarterback threw the ball too low to an area in the red zone where it has to be us or nobody. Ben Johnson said, "These are things that you learn from, and unfortunately, sometimes you have to do it a couple times to get burned by that hot stove before you realize, hey, I don't want to touch that anymore." I love that Ben Johnson's giving detailed reasonings for what's happening. I'm sure Caleb also, they're going over the reason why he's doing everything, why he's making certain throws, why he's making certain mistakes. They want to know the reason behind it so they can fix it before the regular season. I think that Ben Johnson is the type of coach that's going to be so collaborative with Caleb Williams. I know Bears fans hate that word collaboration from the Ryan Pace era, but this is the difference between having an offensive-minded coach and a defensive-minded coach. You can still succeed with a defensive-minded coach, but having a top play caller that's a quarterback guru in some ways. Ben Johnson got the most out of Jared Goff, led him to some pretty fantastic seasons. The fact that he can connect with the quarterback in these ways and really explain the game on the offensive side of the football this well, that's why you pay him the big bucks, man. I mean, if Caleb Williams does not work out in Chicago, I don't think it would be because of lack of coaching, because Ben Johnson has proven he is a very smart offensive mind. He's never been head coach before in the past, so this is new to him, but purely as an offensive mind, he knows a lot more than any of us watching or most people in the NFL do. He's a top play caller. So, it's just really nice to hear him in press conferences. It's such a different vibe than Eberflus press conferences, who he just seemed like a meatball high school coach sometimes that didn't really know what he was even talking about. Like, he was so bad at talking to the media oftentimes. He had to do media training, but Ben Johnson already, has proven he can talk to the media and explain things very, very well. But leave your comments down below, guys. What do you guys think about practice on Saturday? The Bears return to practice on Monday, and I will actually be at the practice on Tuesday. So if you guys are going to that one, be sure to say hi. But yeah, another video coming your way tomorrow. As always, bear down.